Good morning, children. Sairam. Welcome back again in the computer class. Children, I hope you all are safe at your places and you all are doing your studies properly. Children, as you all know that we were doing our chapter number 6 Open Office Tools. Before restarting that chapter, I want to discuss something with you. In theory portion of our syllabus, we are having these 5 chapters. From these chapter we have finished first 3 chapters. Basics of computer system, components of computer system and types of computer software. Last 2 are remaining that we will do. In the practical portion of our syllabus, we are having these chapters, or we are having Open Office tool that we will also do. And in last we are having 2 chapters, Scratch and Python. Children, in our new syllabus there is a choice between Scratch and Python. We will do Python this year because in 10th standard also we are having Python and in 11th and 12th also. So children, first we will do Python chapter, then we will do Open Office tools and the remaining theory chapter. So let's begin chapter number 13, Python.
In this video, topics to be covered in this video. We are going to discuss about the introductory part of Python. Okay, then we are going to discuss about the features of Python, or we can say that advantages of Python, why we need to use Python. And in features and in recalling Python, in both we are going to discuss about the advantages of Python, children, basically, and what we have already know. We have already discussed in the 9th and 10th standard. We are going to discuss about that also. Okay, now in last we are going to discuss about Python minuses. Minuses means disadvantages of Python. What are the disadvantages of Python? We are going to discuss about that. After that we will end this video, and in the next part we are going to take the rest of the part. Only 1 or 2 topics left afterwards, and we are going to discuss about the exercises also. Okay, so let's start with the introduction. Computer program is a set of instruction that causes computer to perform some action. Children, from the smaller classes we are learning computer. Again and again we are saying one thing, that computer is a machine. Computer always follows instruction of human being. After that computer can perform any kind of action. Okay, so computer programs are written in programming languages. Now computer is a machine. Okay, so how computer can take decision? Okay, by the human being instructions only computer can act. Okay, but how that communication can happen between computer and human being? So between computer and human being, programming languages are there. Okay, afterwards only computer can understand the human language, and afterwards computer language is understood by the human. Okay, so machine code converted into this high level language, and the high level language convert into the machine code. Okay, now children, programming languages consist set of rules and regulations, keywords, identifiers and other tools to let us write a computer program. Okay, see children, like English language, when we talk English, what we need to take care about? Grammar. Okay, we need to take care about the grammar factors. In the same manner, every language has grammar which supports that language to learn. Okay, like without grammar you are not able to speak English properly. Only words you can take correct, but the formation of sentence should be correct. and without knowing grammar, that is not possible. In the same manner, in computer field also, each and every language has sets of rules and regulation, or we can say that we are having few syntax also. Like in maths we are having formulas, in the same manner in computer languages we have syntax. Okay, now if you notice here, there are two words which are very much new to you, keywords and identifiers. About these two words we are going to talk in the chapter number 7. When this chapter get finished, we start chapter number 7. In that chapter we are going to discuss about keywords and identifiers. Now I am not explaining these two terms. Okay, now let's see what is there in the next slide. Now most of the programs are written in the English languages known as high level languages. This HLL means high level languages. Okay, most of the programs are written in English languages. Like if anybody know English, he or she can easily understand any kind of language if that person is taking interest. Okay, because all languages are written in the English language. Now high level language converted into machine code with the help of the compiler and interpreter software. See children, two words are there, compiler and interpreter. Now interpreter and compiler both are checking the code. Whatever code you have written in the computer, both are doing the same thing, but difference is here. Compiler, like let's imagine this is your code. Whatever written in the slide is our code. Okay, or we can say that coding. So what compiler do? Compiler read each and every line very carefully. After reading the whole coding, at the end compiler give the result and tell you what problems are there in the coding. Okay, at the end compiler will tell you. But in case of interpreter, it read one line, tells you mistake, then another line tells you mistake, then another line, in the same manner. Like after every line he comes up with mistakes and correction for you. Okay, we can say that compiler give the whole execution, whole problems at the end, and interpreter read line by line. Okay, this is the difference between these two terms, compiler or interpreter. So high level language converted into machine code with the help of compiler or interpreter software. So whatever you are writing in English, that is converted into the machine code with any kind of software using, whether it is a compiler or interpreter. It is then executed by the computer CPU to perform the desired task. Now you know that CPU is your brain. Okay, so for doing any action, CPU needs some instruction. So when this high level language, whatever instruction you have given in the English form, when it gets converted into machine code, CPU start working that time, because now CPU know what he has to do. So he start doing their desired task. Now what common high level languages are there with us? Python, C, C++, Java, PHP, VB, .NET, Scala, etc. So these are the high level languages which are there with us. Okay, now let's move to the next slide. See, Python programming language was developed by Guido van Rossum in February 1991. So who has discovered Python? Guido van Rossum. Okay children, let's move to the next slide. Next slide is about recalling Python. Now in recalling Python means whatever we have already learned in class 9th and 10th, we are going to discuss that, and we are going to discuss about the advantages of Python too. Okay children, now let's move to the next slide. Next slide is features of Python. Same thing, we can say that we are just recalling Python, we are seeing the advantages of Python. Though Python language came into being in early 90s, yet it is competing with ever popular languages such as C, C++, Java, etc. in the popularity index, children. See, this you already know that in the 11th and 12th standard, previously we were learning C++. Now Python is there. See, C, C++, Java is very much popular in the computer field, though Python has been introduced in early 90s, but still Python is competing with popular languages C and C++, Java, etc. because many features are there in the Python. We can say that Python is easy to learn and use as its code closely resembles the English language. See children, Python is compact and very easy to use. Okay, so the whatever we are learning, we are writing in the Python, it can be easily understood by us because we know English language. Okay children, that is why we can say that Python is easy to use. Now Python is an interpreter based language. Interpreter based language means every line by line code is going to be read by the Python compiler. Okay, so after every line Python gives you result whether that line is correct or not. Okay, now Python code can run equally well on different platform. It can be run very easily. Python can run equally as well as on variety of platforms, children, like in Windows, in Linux, in Unix, in smartphones, etc. Isn't that amazing, children? And that makes Python a true cross-platform language, or in other words we can say that Python is a portable language. So with every platform Python is very much adjusting. Okay, now Python is free and open source language. Python is free and open source language means Python language is freely available along with its source code. Now source code means with the which code we have used for making Python, that is also freely available in the Python software, so you can easily download from the internet, and if you want to do any changes in the source code, that is also welcome. Now Python supports object oriented programming. See children, object oriented programming means, so we are having two types of programming. One is procedural programming and second is object oriented programming. Okay, so object oriented programming means it has some extra features also which C++ was having, but in C many features were absent, so that is a procedural language. Okay, so but Python and C++ is object oriented programming in that many features like data abstraction, data hiding, polymorphism, inheritance, many things are there. So these are the object oriented programming, C++, Python and Java. Okay, now let's talk about next slide. What is there in the next slide? See, Python is expressive language. Python is expressive language. Python is expressive language, fewer lines of code and a simpler syntax. See, in the first advantage, what we have discussed that Python is compact, very easy to use. Okay, it is a object oriented language. It's very simple syntax rules. It is high level language, thus very programmer friendly. Okay, see children, now two sets of codes. This is codes, CODES. So two sets of codes are present in front of you in this slide. First in C++ and second in Python. Okay, see here, int a equal to 2, b equal to 2 and temp. So in this line, three variables are there, 2, 3 and temp. All are belongs to integer family. So now this code belongs to swapping of two number. Means initially A is having 2 value and B is having 3 value. So now temp is carrying now A value, means temp is having 2 value. Now A is having B value. A is equal to B means now A is having 3 value. Now what B is having? B is having temp value means 2. So basically what we have done, we have just swapped the values. Initially A is equal to 2 and B is equal to 3. After completing the program, A is 3 and B is 2. Okay, now if you concentrate here, we have used 4 lines here. We have declared the variables also, but in Python only 2 lines codes are there. So we can say that with the help of Python we can express our program with the fewer lines. Okay, so that is why it is very much expressive. Same program is there. Now A and B are the 2 variables. Now this line is depicting that A is having 2 value and B is having 3 value. Now this next line is saying that whatever A value is having, it's now of B. Okay, so we can compare that in C++ we are using 4 lines and in Python we are using 2 lines. Okay, so in this way we can say that it is expressive, it is compact, easy to learn based on object-oriented programming. Okay, now Python has large broad library, provide rich set of modules and function for rapid application development. Now like if we talk about C++, in C++ when we want to print anything, like in that we are using cout. Now for using cout also we have to introduce header files, because the C++ program compiler does not know the meaning of cout. When we use header file like iostream.h, afterwards only we can use this cout properly. Otherwise that compiler gives us error. Okay children, but in Python we don't have such header files. Everything has built inside the mind of software of Python. Nothing should be externally added in the coding. We can start our coding directly. Okay children, now next feature is Python is case sensitive language. Case sensitive language means sum is in small letter, sum is in capital letter. Both meaning is sum, but for Python it is very much different. Okay, for Python small letter words are different and capital letter words are different. Okay, let me give you one example. If I'm saying that sum, this is in small letter, is equal to 9, and I am printing like this, print sum, means if I'm writing in capital, here Python gives error because this is written in the small letters and we are printing in the capital letter. For Python both are different, so Python will not print anything, it will give you error. Okay, and if we write sum like this with print function, so it will gives you output 9. Okay, now let's talk about Python some nuances. Nuances means disadvantages. Like human is having advantages and disadvantages too. In the same manner, Python is also having advantages and disadvantages. The first disadvantage is fastest language. Python is an interpreted language, not a fully compiled one. Means in Python, Python software is reading each and every single line individually and responding us. It takes time. Okay, so fully compiled languages are faster than their interpreted counterparts. So Python offers faster development time, but execution times are not that fast compared to some compiled languages, children. So because of the interpreter behavior, we can say that Python is not a fastest language. Okay, now lesser libraries than C, Java and Perl. In the previous slide I told you that Python is having lots of library. We need not add external header files in Python, but Python offers library support for almost all computing program, but it is library still not competent with languages like C, Java, Perl, as they have larger collection available. Sometimes, in some cases, these languages offer better and multiple solutions than Python. Okay, now Python is not strong on type binding. Python interpreter is not very strong, children, on catching type mismatch issues. For example, if you declared a variable as integer but later store a string value in it, Python won't complain or pinpoint it. Like, I will give you one example here again of C++, children. See, if I am declaring a int a, means a is an integer, a is having integer data type, and we have to store only numbers in that. Now if I start giving a equal to ABC, I am giving characters to integer variable. So here C++ definitely give you error, but Python ignores such kind of things. For Python everything is okay. So we can say that not strong on type binding. If two different types of data types are working together and this such kind of mismatching is there, Python won't complain or pinpoint anything. Okay, now let's talk about the last disadvantage of Python: not easily convertible because of its lacks of syntax. Now Python is not have syntax, means proper formulas are not there in the Python. Python is an easy language to program in, but this advantage has a flip side too. It becomes a disadvantage when it comes to translating a program into another programming language. This is because most other languages have structured defined syntax. So many languages are having proper format of syntax, so Python is lacking in that. Because of this nature, we can say that it is not easily convertible. Okay, children, so with this,
now children, look how to download the Python application. Go to the Play Store, then type in search option Python. We will have a option here Python 3. This you will download, as this application is there in my mobile already. So here I am having install and open option. You will have install option. You will install and you will have this interface. Okay, then you will click on this. This is the Python and this is for run. Okay, this is for run. So children, download this application if you don't have computer and use this application. If you have computer, use the Python application in that.
I'm repeating, I'm using one app for Python in my cell phone only. So you can download the Python in your laptop if you are having, in your computer if you are having. If you don't have, you can use this Python app. So right now that app is giving good results to me. So I'm just showing how actually Python works. So let's check out. Okay, when I face any problem in this phone app, so I will definitely work on with the laptop. Okay, so let's start with the practical work. So when you open that software Padroid, this kind of screen come in front of you. So let's check out first of all print function, how we can use print function. See what you need to write. You have to write print, 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 then double quotes. What you have to press, you have to press the double quotes, sorry, parenthesis. Okay, now in that, inside that, put double quotes like this. Okay, now enter hello space world. Okay, now this is a yellow button, is your run button. So if you are able to see, output here, hello world, program finished, you are able to see. In this way you will get the output with the help of the print function. Now let's see what happened when we give in the single quotes. Okay, now move back to coding. Okay, so now instead of single quotes instead of double quote, use single quotes here. So like this. Now okay, run again. So you will get hello world, same message again, program finished. It means if you are writing anything in single quotes, and if you are writing anything in double quotes, your word, your alphabet, whatever you have written inside the print function, it behave like a string literals. I hope you are getting my point. Now children, let's see whether in print function we can use single quote between the double quote. Means I want like this, print, okay, write hello, then in single quote write S, then write world, and then close this double quotes. What I am doing, between the double quotes I am using single quotes. Okay, is it possible? Let's see. So here what you have to do, put double quotes, remove this single quote, hello, then space, inside this single quote press hello Sai Ram. Okay, now execute this. So while scanning string literal, so you are having this kind of error. Now what is the meaning of that? EOL means end of line while scanning string literals. So now here interpreter get confused, because what I have done, I have started with double quotes, then I have written hello, then single quotes Sai Ram I have written, then close single quotes, then I have written world. I forgot to close with double quotes. Here single quotes is there. So that is a confusion for an interpreter. That is why here interpreter is giving you an error, that is end of line is not correct. So let's correct that. So you have to close with double quotes here. Okay, now run. So what you are getting here, hello Sai Ram world. What output you are getting, hello Sai Ram in single quotes, then you are getting word. So this output you will get. Now children, I would like to say again that inside double quotes you can use single quotes, but you can't use inside double quotes double quotes. So inside double quotes you can't use double quotes. So there you will definitely face an error. Okay, Now let's see. So here psi, before psi put double quotes, after Ram again put double quotes here. Now run. Invalid syntax. See what error you are getting. You are getting invalid syntax. Invalid syntax means, like in math, when you use wrong formula, so that formula, teacher said your formula is wrong. In the same manner, compiler is saying that you have used wrong syntax. Your formula for this particular sentence is wrong. So inside double quotes you can use single quotes. If you are taking single quotes out, you can use double quotes inside. So that is possible. Let's check that also. See, now here what I am doing, I am putting single quotes. Now inside that Sai Ram is in the double quotes. Now after world put single quotes. Okay, so let's check whether it runs or not. See, again you get output hello Sai Ram world. Your program finished. It means that is correct. Okay, I hope print function is clear to you. Now let's do escape sequence. Let's use escape sequences in your program. Okay children, let's discuss very first escape sequence. That is what we discuss. Very first escape sequence, that is slash this. It means single quote. What is the meaning of that? Single quote. Okay, now children, in the just 1 minute back we have discussed that inside, what we have discussed, inside double quotes we can't put double quotes, inside single quotes we can't use single quotes. But let's take an example. I want this, I want under single quotes, what I can do? For that I can use this backslash and this. Okay, let's see how. See, after hello I want world in the single quotes. So how you can write? You can use this backslash. After that you need to put single quote. Okay, then what you write? Hello Ram. Okay, then what you have to do? You have to close this by using backslash and single quotes. Okay, after that hello Ram, how are you? Okay, now again put single quotes. Now concentrate here, here also single quote I am using, here also I want single quote because I want output like this, hello, then I want Ram in the single quote, then how are you? I want this output. So outside also I am using single quotes, inside also I am using single quotes. Just 1 minute back I told you that that is wrong syntax, invalid syntax, but with the help of this backslash I can use this. Let's see, run the program. How are you? One mistake I have done. Let me see what I have done, what I commit mistake here. See children, I have written right, but problem was that in that I have entered. Okay, then that time in this way it was written. So second line was there, and I was working in the first line. So that was the error because compiler was reading this line. So what I have done, I have closed that particular app and restart again and one new fresh page I have used and written the same thing again, like print hello / Ram, how are you? So again single quotes, so inside also single quotes. So that is a right way to use single quotes under the single quotes. See the output. See, you are getting output hello Ram, how are you, program finished. Okay, in this way you can use. So same manner you can use for double quotes. So what you have to do, you have to do / double quotes if you want to use double quotes inside double quotes. Okay, so let's check out how. So here put double quotes, here also put double quotes. Okay, here also put double quotes, then at the end also put double quotes. Okay, now run. Again see, hello Ram, how are you? You are getting your output. Okay, so when you want to use double quotes inside double quote, single quote inside single quote, what you have to do, you have to use / double underscore. So whatever you want to be inside the bracket, you have to close under this. You have to close under this. I hope you are getting my point. Okay. Okay, now let's use /n. Now /n is used for next line, new line. Okay, if you want to press something, if you want to print something in the new line, what you need to do, you have to use /n. That is for new line. So let's see. Now enter. See, print in double quotes line A. Okay, enter. Print in double quotes line B. Okay, now enter. So what you are able to see, concentrate here, line A and B are in different line because I have used print 2 times. Print 2 times I have used. Now if without using print function 2 times and I want to print same manner, what I should do, let's check out. So what you should do, enter. So you can write in this way, print you can write line A. Okay, after that you can use / then write n. It means after line A interpreter need to be shift in the next line. Okay, line B, then close this. Now run. See, line A, line B, this line A, line B was the previous one when I have used 2 times print function. After that this line A, line B, by that print in the same line I have written everything with the help of this new line escape sequence. Okay, let's see. Now I want to write something like this. What kind of output I want? I want this is a /. I want this message. This is /. So this output I want. Okay, now here / should be printed. So how you can do that? Children? For that, print this is, now you need backslash. For that you have to use this backslash 2 times, then write backslash. Okay, now close this, run. See, this is backslash. Okay, in this way you can print backslash by using double backslash. If you want 2 backslash in the output, you have to use backslash 4 times. Okay, I hope you are getting my point. See here, now if I use this backslash in the end, so there compiler will get confused, because backslash this means double quotes. So definitely you will get a error. Definitely you will get a error, means, see, check out. So close this and use this backslash here at the end. So definitely you will get error. See, end of line while scanning string literal. So here when you have written like this, interpreter understand means double quotes, and ending interpreter do not get, so he will give definitely a invalid syntax error. Okay, now this last backspace, this /b left, so this is not required that much. Okay, just it gives backspace. You can use in the interpreter what kind of output you will get. So let's discuss about last one, that is /t. It is used for tab. Like in keyboard you are having tab button, so you will get a definite amount of space. In the same manner, if you want space between 2 words, you can use this. Okay, so let's check out this how. Remove this, put enter here. How? Print hello, I want tab /t, after that write world. Okay, now close this, run. So see here, you are getting space between hello and world. Hello space and world, it is written here, written over here. Okay, so these are the tags, escape sequences which we use.
So we have ended successfully our chapter Python. Children, I will provide you the notes for the chapter Python. You will do the notes in your fair notebook and learn also. Next we will do the OpenOffice tools. Thank you. Sai Ram.